So welcome everyone. Welcome my old and my new followers or subscribers on my YouTube channel. My name is Suzana Simenčič, and I'm here today with my dear friend Nina Morrocco from, I wanted to say from Spain, but you're from Scotland. And I'm really happy to have you here. And this is our third BQH chat, or maybe today will be more the normal chat, but including the work we do, experience that we had in our past and with our clients. And so how are you, Nina?
I'm good. I'm fine. I'm sorry. You probably hear my cat coughing in the background there. Having a bit of a coughing fit back there. You all right, Chris? Yeah, he's fine. Yeah, so I'm okay. A bit. I think even for us who do this work, I think it's a bit like, how long have we been in this quarantine space for? And it's like every day is molding into the next. And like, even for me, like some days I get up and I'm like, oh, it's not again. But apart from that, I'm okay. I feel so lucky that I have food in the fridge and I have a home and I, work online, and I feel so lucky to be in that situation, and so grateful for that. But at the same time, I know there's many who are struggling right now, and I think we all feel it on some level. We feel everyone, it's not just the virus, it's just everything that's happening from that, and everybody who's affected by it, which is so many people. So I think it's hard not to feel that collectively on some level. But yeah, how are you?
Yeah, it's the same here. We are living and privately, our house is like, we have no neighbors here. So I'm really thankful for that, and that we are able to go for a walk with the dogs, and we don't actually meet anyone, no people out there. And and those simple small things in life, just they are getting so important now. Yeah. Even like not hearing any noise, not hearing any cars or airplanes, or it's so calm outside. It's so calm. It's like you can. I was kidding this morning. You can even hear the birds farting. So.
It's true though, you can.
So I think this is what you meant with good love, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I know, because I remember waking up a couple of weeks ago. I remember waking up, and that was the first time I'd woken up in so long. And I heard birds and not cars, and it was like, whoa, that's such a contrast. I'm so used to hearing the cars, and now it was so lovely. And it was like, at that moment, it almost felt like I was waking up in a different world. Almost felt like everything had changed, and I guess things have changed to a certain extent, but it was like, for a wee moment, I was waking up in new earth.
It's even new for us, even though we kind of have been, not like we have been expecting it to happen, but just like there was this feeling, and also a lot of information coming through in our client sessions, and even in our own sessions. And we maybe back then, when we received those messages or those information, didn't know what will happen. And it kind of makes sense now. And in what we will do today is we will first start with a very short exercise. It's actually a multicolor layer protection, which you can do every day to protect yourself. And then we're just going to go and talk about our work, about the awakening. And at the end, Nina will share something, and just you can say yourself what.
A guided meditation, guided visualization to really sort of anchor in that feeling of what we really want to come from this time, and really sort of visualize and feel from our hearts how that is gonna to feel. So yeah, we're just gonna add that in the end. So
yeah. So why even do a protection exercise? This is an exercise that I use daily, or when I remember to do it. Not that I'm a saint, but especially do it before doing a BQH session. And lately I started dowsing. I always do it before dowsing, before connecting to higher self, to my higher self, to my angels, to the client's higher self. I always do that, and it's a lovely exercise. And I saw this exercise on Tim Walter's YouTube channel. They are all people from the UK. And I recently bought a book on Kindle, and it's from, I have to read his name because it's Adrian Enkeldon Weber. I hope I said this correctly. So this is actually a method you can use every day. Like I said, every morning before you leave the house, and even before, when you start working, whatever you do, no matter what you do. And you do the following. You can now maybe close your eyes, or you can leave your eyes open, whatever it feels right for you. So first, what you do, you breathe the color red. You breathe it in through your base chakra, and then you breathe it out. And with each breath that you take in, you cleanse your body. And as you breathe it out, you form a layer around your body as a protection. So first you breathe in the red color through your base chakra, and breathe out and make a layer. And next, you breathe the color orange in through your sacral chakra, and you cleanse your whole body.
We're at the heart.
I don't know if someone is trying to communicate with us. So I always love when that happens. This is, we are used to do this. We are used to this. So, there, even during the session, there is a phone ringing,
Yeah, there's always something going
on. Yeah, you have to. I haven't published the part from your session, but you did, I believe.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I finished that bit. Yeah. I made my phone ring. That was fun.
Yeah. So maybe what I will just explain this exercise until the end, and record this one separately, and then post a link under this chat. This is probably the best thing to do. So basically what you do, you imagine the chakra colors, and while breathing in, you cleanse your body, and with out breath, you form this protection layer around you, so that at the end you have several layers. That means there's a red layer, orange layer, yellow layer, green, blue, indigo, and violet color. And of course, there's also at the end, when you breathe in purple, after you breathe in the purple light, this is the divine light, then you breathe in the silver light, and you build this 8th layer around your body. And the next thing you do, you breathe in the gold color through your crown, and for the 9th layer. And finally, at the end, you breathe in the divine white light filling up your body from your toes to the top of your head, and you are then fully protected inside your very own rainbow. And it helps protect against psychic attacks and spirit attachments, and it's really simple, and it actually works. And it's also, you're also protected from, maybe not being so much affected from the emotional states that others are in right now. Maybe the fear, the fear is now the biggest one, probably. So, yeah.
There's another really good one for protection that I was thinking of just as you were talking there.
Yeah.
It's an affirmation, really. It's just there's a lady who I saw on YouTube that she sings a song that every single one of my cells is happy and healthy. Every single one of my cells is, safe and well. And just that musical affirmation of, I can't remember the way the tune goes. I'd have to find it. It's just affirming that your cells are all happy, and you're so glad and you're so grateful that your cells are happy and healthy. And it's just a sort of reaffirming that, you're fine and all your cells are fine and safe. So, yeah, I think that's a good one. I think, there's a lot of people who are just in that vibration of fear right now, and they don't realize how powerful being in that place of fear is, and that it's not where we need to be. We need to be in a calm and measured and balanced kind of space to be able to anchor in all the information that's coming to us right now, and be able to filter that information and use our discernment to, and exercise our discernment, and actually become very intuitive in the way that we receive information, because there's so many different angles and so many different agendas of the information that's coming at everybody right now. It can be very, very overwhelming, especially if you're in a place of fear. That's not going to be good, because you're going to go down a route that you don't really want to be going down or be, dealing with. And then there'll be more information that comes out that you're not going to be able to handle that well. So it's we need to find ways at the moment to stay centered and stay calm, because that is the best vibration that you can be in right now. And when we're in that space, there's almost like a droplet in the water. It's like a ripple effect comes out, and when you're in that space, everybody that you come into contact with, not physically obviously, but if we're speaking to people online and stuff, that ripples out into the people that surround us. So I think it's good to stay in that space.
Yeah, it's interesting to observe what's actually going on in our communities, in people here in our country, and you may be observing other things in your country probably too, or around the globe. And what I see now is a global awakening, and and what we maybe saw in the past as individuals waking up is now becoming a mass awakening. And but still, everyone has its own experience, and there are like different groups on different stages almost waking up, and or just becoming more aware of the things that they are not controlling, because they can't control this anymore. When you lose a job overnight, or maybe from one day to another, your life changes, and you can't control it.
Yeah.
Now you can't control it. It's something you're not used to, and you have to make things work somehow. And with my understanding, people are going through their dark night of the soul, kind of.
Yeah.
But they're doing it collectively, and they will also, this is my belief, they will easily go through this because they will share with each other. Also, if this fear is something that is not really helpful, but on the other side, I think it is because it's helping them to come to this point of being fully awakened, or maybe not fully, but awakened, just starting to believe that there's something that is untouchable and unexplainable and unseen, and it is there, and it's helping them.
Yeah, exactly. It's also it's making people stop, because the world has been on go mode for goodness knows how long. Even I was on go mode for like the whole of last year. I was on go mode, trying to build up, the work that we do. But this is forcing a large number of the population of this planet to stop. And that makes a lot of people uncomfortable, because people have been so used to being on go mode. This act of having to stop and be at home and be confined and be on your own in some cases, completely on your own, is forcing people to actually look within themselves and look at their lives objectively, and realizing, I don't actually want to be getting up every morning and going to a job that doesn't fulfill me in any way. I don't actually want to be doing that. So is losing this job actually really a big issue, or is it just about the money thing? Is there another way I can be making money? Is there something else that I can be doing? And that process within itself is making people go, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And it's like opening them up to this, path, maybe we could be on. It's like those cards I pulled this morning.
Yeah. Those cards are amazing. I was just like, yes.
Yeah.
Those are amazing cards. I know a lot of, before you will explain the cards you pulled, I know a lot of people who are not happy with their jobs.
Yeah.
Who are hating their coworker, or not hating, this is maybe a harsh word, but who are really unsatisfied. They don't know what to talk about with their coworkers, with their bosses. It's like they are not on the same level. They are like feeling that there's something else out there, but they are so fearful of, they are just, they're not ready to change. So, but now they have to. Not they have. It's like, now is the opportunity. Yeah, go on with the cards.
Fine. The first one was answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do right now? What is it that you're being called to do? What? And the last one that popped out was trust your path. What was it? If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? I don't know if you can see that card. There we go. Which is so in line with what we're talking about.
Are you ready? Here we go.
Like, we have a lot of people sitting around and doing nothing, but really it's forcing us to sort of evaluate what we actually want to do with our lives. And even myself as a practitioner, I'm like, okay, I want to do lives now. Okay, I want to do, because it's like, we're realizing that, we need to get our messages out. We need people to realize that, we're here and we can help people with the answers that they're really feeling called to receive right now. Can you just give us a second?
No.
Hello, my love. I love you.
Yeah. So,
just a second.
yeah. we've been talking like for a month now, or maybe more, that we are gonna do a live, that we're gonna start doing lives, and we never did actually.
Yeah.
So
We've been putting it off for so long.
yeah. And now it finally, it feels like it's the right timing, and it's not like, okay, we have to do it now. We're just, okay, we are ready now.
Just feel called to do it now.
Yeah, because we know that there are so many people out there who not that they need us, but it's like this inner force telling you or pushing you, go and talk and share, because it will be beneficial for others.
Yeah.
And don't think, just share.
Even when we're not in the same room, we can still share the light that we have within us, and that's what we need to be doing to keep anchoring this vibration of light across the globe. And it's amazing that we have the internet and we can do that, and we can connect in this way. And it's a really good time to just dig deep and what's the words? Take those leaps of faith that you've never wanted to really, well, you have wanted to do, but you've never felt comfortable enough to do them. I mean, now is the time to do these things.
Yeah.
It's when people are in that state, and this came through one of our sessions that we did together. I think it was Dolores Cannon who was speaking through me. She was saying this is really when people start living, because when they think it's over or they think it's going to end, that's when they do everything that they've been wanting to do, because that's when, when you feel like it's going to be over or it's stopping, that's when you really live. And this is kind of what I feel like we're talking about here, is that people are just pulled into doing the things that they've maybe been a little bit frightened to do before.
And it can be anything. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be, okay, I will now change my career. Yeah. I can see people, starting to work out, or people even, who were before, like there are a lot of people on my friends that were before doing their business like normally, like they had their place, a fitness or something maybe, now they are coming up with new ideas, doing workout online, and people are following and not even thinking, no, I'm not gonna work out at home. Because I know a lot of people who told me, for instance, I'm not doing meditation online, I want to meet live with you, you know, but now we can't meet, we can't meet live. So, and people, those who want to do a workout, or those who want to do Pilates, or want to do meditation, or want to learn how to cook or bake bread or whatever, they can now find this knowledge through courses or maybe through YouTube videos. They can find all of this online, and they will now like step or make another step, It's like they are jumping now, jumping over 10 steps.
It's the same with this regression work that we do as well. I mean, QHHT can only be done in person. So there is a lot of practitioners now who do QHHT that are like, oh, maybe we should do BQH.
And now it's perfectly normal to do this online. And maybe a month ago, it was like, oh no.
yeah, exactly. But there's like, no, you can only do that online. No, you can only do that in person. And now it's like, oh no, wait, maybe we should go.
Yeah.
There was a lot of fear, I think, that was based around that decision to not do this kind of regression work online. We know how safe it is to do it online and how powerful the connection can actually be when you do that. So
and it is amazing, and how comfortable it feels for the people when they are having a session, and they don't have to leave their houses and their homes. They're just like in their own bed or on their own sofa, and surrounded by their, cats or dogs. I don't mind to have animals around, because if this makes them feel comfortable, then they should, give it a go with together with their animals. So
exactly.
And it helps them to relax. Sometimes it's really helpful to relax, and sometimes even the animals participate.
There's a totally different feeling when you've just come from being in a traffic jam for an hour and a half and you're 10 minutes late, and you have that stress of having that thing that's just happened. It's a lot more difficult to get into a really, really calm and relaxed state than it would be from just clicking on a link and there's your practitioner right in front of you and you can do it together online. There's a huge difference in how that affects the session. And it's a powerful.
So let's maybe share, with the people out there who might be watching later, our own path of awakening, or what were maybe your first events, or I don't know, maybe there were events, maybe there were people who were helping you to wake up.
Wow, okay. I think to a certain extent I was born awake. Not completely awake, but I certainly knew from a very young age that I wasn't. I looked the same as everyone else, but there was something different about the way I took in information, and there was something different about the way I thought about the things that we were being taught. I went to a very religious school, a very Christian school, and I remember even age 5, my first year of school, I remember sitting listening about how Jesus had died for our sins and all this stuff about that, we should start feeling that guilty about something. And I just remember thinking, that's bollocks. That's not true. So I think I'd always been a bit like, I'd always sort of seen past the official story in a way. And then when I was 12, my dad played a Bill Hicks concert for us. And it was the first time I saw somebody, and I mean, I know he was a comedian, but the first time I'd seen somebody on television actually say the things that I had thought about the world and the way the world was run. And it'd be such an opposite view from most people, and it to resonate so deeply with me. So I think that was the startings. I also, when I was really young, I loved Michael Jackson. I loved Michael Jackson to the point where the girls in my school wouldn't come around to my house because they knew what the score was. It was just going to be reruns of Michael Jackson videos constantly, because I loved him. I loved his light. I loved his message. I just loved him. I know people were like, oh, a kid that loves Michael Jackson, and then you get all the jokes and this, that, and the other. But I honestly do not believe that man was a pedophile in any way, shape, or form. I know that's going off track completely, but I do not believe that for a second. I believe he was a deep state puppet who tried to get out of that and look what happened to him after that. That's my personal opinion on that. But anyway, that's all. As I got a bit older, I think I'd always just been on that kind of more alternative route in life. And then, I moved to Peebles, and that was my first level. Like, it's happened in stages, my awakening. But when I moved to Peebles, and I'd moved from being in a really crowded city to being in the middle of nowhere, and I was free to actually do the things that I was interested in and not be judged by my peers and not be in a situation where I felt like I had to be a certain way to be in with a certain group of people and all that nonsense, I could actually just be me, and I could heal from the things that had really hurt me. I could really just nourish myself. That was when I had a huge awakening. I also got into nutrition, and I did like juice fasting, and that, like, doing that juice fast for that week and being in that space, being out in the middle of nowhere in a beautiful little cottage, just elevated my connection with there being something more. And then, of course, when I had Marnie and when I went through all that stuff, when I was pregnant and beyond that, and when she was born, she wasn't well, and her brain surgery, and that chunk of 3 years of just like constant stress and trauma. And I mean, my adrenal glands were just done because I was just like, I was just so stressed all the time. After that, you know, I really had to dig deep and find my own faith. And faith, it's not the right word, but trust that everything was going to be okay. Like when I remember being told that Marnie needed to have brain surgery, and it was just like another layer of how can this be happening? But there was something inside me saying that this was happening for a really, really good reason, and this was happening because there was something very powerful going to come out of this. And it did. It completely changed my perception and allowed me to really, adore those like tiny, tiny moments that I had with her and appreciate her so much more. And yet it expanded my awareness of so much about life and about all of that. And then after that time, sorry, I've been talking for ages here. After that time,
you're almost there.
I'm getting there. I went through a time where I was, after all that happened, that 3 years of such stress and trauma, I had to decompress, and I had to decompress on my couch for a year. And it was like I felt completely frozen, like I just could not move or do anything. And then there was just something in me. There was a calling. There was something in me that was saying, you have to use what's happened to you to help other people, because what you've just been through has been so profound, so life-changing, so utterly self-affirming, because I had to dig so deep to find the strength to get through all that. That opened me up to a whole new level. And I think that was when I went from one level of being aware of, spiritual stuff and awakening and this, that, and the other, to really just bursting into this new level of being like, where I am now. So yeah, that was kind of where all started. Sorry that took so long.
Well, no. only a few years, like 20, 30 years.
I know.
Yeah, no, listening to you, well, I kind of know a part of your story. But it interestingly, I had the same feeling when being a little child. Also remembering the first time I knew that they're like, I can't even describe the feeling, but I was 7 and I came home from school, and the front yard of our house was they started digging the soil, like everything was just, our garden was away, like everything was away. And I was like, okay, now it started happening. And I was like, I didn't even know, what started happening. I was talking to myself, okay, now the time is here. And I bursted out crying because I knew that my family was starting to fall apart then. It was like, okay, it's happening. It's like almost, okay, now the growth part of your life is starting, at the age of 7. So I won't go into the whole story because you can listen to that on my channel. And I couldn't even describe everything that happened throughout my life, even in that short video, not because it's so much. It's so much, and it's almost like you are being prepared for your whole life for this moment. I have this feeling like everything that we had to go through, or at least what I had to go through, was a preparation, a training for this time or for the rest of my life. And there were like several stages of the awakening, or of I don't know how to even describe this, a learning path. It's that you become this feeling that there's something so much powerful out there, and you can't even, this is not science. It's not scientifically proven, so to say, and it's something that I believe a lot of people go through. I will just I think that this is something that a lot of people go through, and a lot of people are actually like putting it aside, like, okay, I won't deal with that. I don't want to do anything with spirituality. It's like when you take a brick and you build this wall with the bricks, or when you put one brick on another brick and it's getting heavier and heavier and heavier, and you think you can't handle this heaviness. You think you can't handle it, and it's getting heavier. And you're wondering, oh my God, where we are going with this. And it's getting darker and darker. And you think, oh, I didn't deserve that, until you just let go and you fall on your knees and you say, oh, okay, so why am I here for? Just let me know. What should I do? I'm putting everything into your hands. It doesn't matter whether you talk to God, or you talk to energy, or you talk to yourself.
Yeah.
You just get this sense that there is something bigger than you, and that it's there, and like everyone has its own path of awakening, and even when you are awakened, and everyone has its own meaning. I would say, what does it mean to be awakened is when you go beyond this material world, or this 3D experience. And that doesn't mean that the 3D experience is bad or something, because it isn't. It's lovely, and it's nice to have money, and it's nice to build a house, or to have a new car. This is all great stuff, and I enjoy in that, of course. But it's all about what does this make you, how does this make you feel, or what's the meaning behind of this?
Yeah.
And at least this is my experience. I had to go like really low financially, like physically, mentally, emotionally. I had to go really down to rise myself up. And like you said, you have this inner calling, and I can remember this calling 2 years ago. You can't go back anymore. You're here to be in assistance to others.
Yeah.
And it was like Magenta Pixies explaining, service to others, from going from service to oneself to going to service to others. And it was actually a lot of the things that I did in my past. It was to make myself happy.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm doing this now too, but it's more, how can I serve you? How can I serve the people? How can I serve this planet? How can I serve, how can I serve myself? But how can I serve you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I remember the first times I had a very, very, what I see now as a very spiritual experience, but at the time I didn't understand it at all. I can't remember how old I was. I was maybe about 10 or 11. I had this feeling where I just suddenly something inside me went, you're alive. You're actually alive. You're actually a human being in a body and you're alive. And it was the first time something other than my brain was speaking to me. And at the time, I didn't get it. At the time, I didn't get that it was, this other aspect, this higher aspect of me that was communicating with me. I remember saying to my dad, do you ever have that feeling where you're like, oh, I'm alive? And he was like, no. I was like, oh, just me then. But now I realize that was actually my higher self or my soul trying to sort of shake me a bit and go, there's more to it here. You're more than just your thoughts. You're more than just your brain. You're more, there's more here. There's more to the story here. And I think I'd had quite a few of those experiences before I went, oh, this is building me up to something. This is like trying to communicate with me on another level. So that was quite an interesting.
That's actually a good note for all the parents out there. Paying attention to their kids and, because I can remember, when I was young, people used to tell me, you're like, stop imagining or stop, come down from the clouds and get real. And I can remember people or also, I believe it was my first boyfriend who told me that I was weird. And you're weird, you're a weirdo. Because of this, the way I experienced things or the way I saw things. And even though I was a normal teenager and when I was studying, we were a lot of partying and the normal stuff. It's not like I've been doing this forever. So, but on the other hand, I can still remember, this weird part of myself, and I actually believed those people that I was weird, but not in a sense that I would do something about it and explore this weirdness. But I was shut down because of that. Yeah. So this is the message to all the weirdos. So you're not weird.
Great being weird. It's great being crazy. Crazy people.
Yeah. It's just you're being you.
Yeah. I had a session recently where I was speaking to Jesus, as you do in this work. We were having a conversation with Jesus, and he was explaining how, it's the crazy ones that change the world. It's crazy people change the world. So it's like, and now I see it as like when somebody calls you weird or crazy, or that's such a compliment to me, because I would much rather be seen as crazy in a world that is so screwed up than actually fit into it. So, we've got to really nourish that crazy side of ourselves, nourish that side of ourselves.
Especially when you try so hard to fit in. Because I know I did that, tried to fit in. I tried to wear the clothes that were nice, and try to wear high heels, and try to be a businesswoman, and try to try so many things, because I thought that people would like me because of that, or not only people out there, also my parents, that they would say that they would be proud of me, but then you come to a point where all of this does not matter anymore. And that doesn't mean that your parents do not matter. It just means that you are becoming aware of your own path, like your card said, where your soul is. The first one was the soul is calling you, and the second one was something about the path, right?
Trust your path.
Trust your path, so that you trust.
Sorry, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do?
Yeah, exactly. And when you slow down like we do now, you have this opportunity. You kind of must listen to your soul. I know it maybe feels, or maybe people who will watch the video or who are watching, it's maybe a little bit harsh, you have to listen to your soul. It's not like you have to, but you will do, because there will be something, and maybe not everyone will go through that. That's also, and it's not that this is bad, or that you are not. It's not about the positive and negative, or who is more awake or who is less awake. It's not about that, because we went through that, and I know I went through that, and I was sometimes a little bit mad at those who are more awakened than I am, and also this anger is a part of awakening, or
it's gonna shake you and it's gonna wake you. And I think there was something I was wanting to say there about, there comes a point on your path, on your journey, where you realize that people pleasing others is not the way to self-fulfillment. It's not the way to make you happy. It might keep you in line with what is expected of you through someone else's eyes, but it's not what's truly going to fulfill you and make you happy. And there's a point in your life where you go, actually, no, I need to make me happy. And that's when you quit the people pleasing, and you actually start living your path and living who you really are, as opposed to what is going to fit into all these boxes that society is made for you. And I think quite a big part of the spiritual awakening is actually going your own path. Stopping pleasing.
Yeah. I think we could talk for ages about all of this, and it's maybe we are now speaking about awakening, and it's a label too, but it's something that we have to, like, for our human experience, we need the names of things that are going on, or a brain can understand it more. And it's a lot of information out there that you can get also through books, through videos, and especially through your own session too. Because I think, or the experience that we have is that everyone gets the information that they need at this point. And sometimes this session, this soul exploration or the consciousness exploration, can really be a great help. Even, in the times that we are right now, or maybe to those who are ill and are, questioning some things that are happening in their lives. And And that's why we feel such an urge to speak up and to share that, because we know that there are so many who need assistance. And I am an ambassador of self-exploration. Not that I don't like people who channel, because some of them are really great, but there are also a lot of people where their spiritual ego or their ego mind is really interrupting, and this is something that can be harmful for you, for your soul, because it gives you a lot of confusion. And that's why I highly suggest people, or highly recommend, that you go on your own exploration. And even if this exploration will take you more time.
That's the thing. If you are on this path where you feel like you are starting to wake up, you have to be very careful about who you choose to work with, because there are quite a lot of people out there, psychics and things, where, you know, a lot of people think, oh, where am I going to get this information about myself? And they go to a psychic. But it's exactly what you're saying. You have to be very careful, and you have to be very discerning about who you actually work with, because there is a lot of the spiritual ego that goes on. There's people who get more validation from telling you what to do to fulfill their own ego, than actually help you. So I think this is the work that we do is because the work that we do assists you in allowing the information through you to come through you. And that's why this work, this BQH work, is so powerful, because the answers that you're wanting to receive about yourself and your life, and why you are the way you are, and why you have the issues and traumas that you have, all comes through you, all comes out of your voice, your vocal cords. There's nobody else telling you who you are and what you're doing in life and what's going to happen to you. It's you, it's your own self that is giving you that information. That's why BQH is so powerful, because of that reason.
Yeah. There's nothing much to add to that. So I think we are now talking for 58 minutes. So maybe we could, to sum this up. So I'm gonna ask you, Nina, to do your parts that you prepared.
I did a little guided visualization for us, or meditation, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just gonna invite everybody who's here and everybody who will watch this in the future to close their eyes and take a deep and cleansing breath. And breathe in and breathe out. Just allowing what we've just been talking about to kind of filter through. Just find a comfortable position and make sure that you are in the best possible space to receive this information. And breathe in again. And breathe out. One more time, one more breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. So with your eyes closed, I want you to imagine that we are all sitting together, and see us all linking hands, and see each person who is watching this and who will watch this. See them in front of you. Visualize each face. Visualize yourself holding their hands. So we're sitting in a circle or across from one another, and we're just making contact with every soul who's watching this or will watch this. We're connecting to each other from each other's hearts. We're seeing this sort of green hue from each heart to the next, creating this grid pattern between us, strengthening that connection, giving and receiving that equal amount of love and compassion for each other. Imagine that beautiful green glow from each heart to yours, and yours to everyone else. Now I want you to imagine a beautiful golden light surrounding all of us. You can see all the individual sparkles of golden flecks and light codes inside this light. And now I want you to imagine you're seeing all of our faces, all of each person's faces in front of you. I want you to look into each person's eyes and extend your heart to theirs, smiling at each person. Imagine this golden light is surrounding you and flowing through your crown into your body. Feel the flecks of golden light nourishing each one of your cells. See your cells saying, I am well. I am well. I am well. Now I want each one of you to call upon your guidance teams. We're just calling them in. All of the beings connected to you, the ones who are watching over you and guiding you. They're with all of us now. We can feel them around us. And take a moment to allow them to connect to you, connect to your heart. You might feel them holding your hands. Feel all of these different beings surrounding us now. There might be fairies, angels, light beings, galactic beings. Feel their love for you. Feel their love for each one of us right now. Just take a moment to breathe in that golden light. We're all sharing together. And all of their love, breathe in that love with every breath. Breathe it in through your heart. And all of their support. So I want you to imagine now this future that we are birthing. The future that we all want deep down. One that is fair, loving, that supports the people and is for the people. One that is built on truth. One where everyone has everything they need. One where healthcare is free and actually supports our body and our health. One where we are freely able to do the things we've come here to do without being taxed for our income. One where all children are safe and cared for. Where our food is clean and clear of chemicals. Where there is a balance of give and take between everyone. Where everyone is able to cooperate and collaborate. Where there is no competition. Just love and support for each other. Where we live each day in harmony, peace, joy and contentment. Sharing and communicating with one another with so much love and compassion. See that place now. Feel it. Hold that in your heart. Tell all of your guides and all of the beings who are surrounding us now that this is what we want. Picture that world. Picture what it will be like. Really visualize it. Feel exactly how it will feel to be there. Imagine yourself going about your everyday tasks and what it feels to really live in that existence. This is a time for all of us to come together and really visualize and step into what it is we want for our future, our reality, a whole world in unity. All of us as one, connecting at the heart. This feeling that you are feeling right now, it is so important that you hold this feeling and thought in your everyday, each day, each waking moment, you hold this feeling. And in each day to come, you stay in this vibration. Hold the vibration of the world you want to live in. Hold the vibration of the world that you want to create. Make sure you feel this way in every moment of every day. Continually breathe in this feeling. Breathe in that golden light, those codes, and that green hue of love from each being with us right now. Share this vibration with everyone you come into contact with. Make your home your sanctuary. Be protective of this feeling. Hold this feeling in your heart and create this feeling from within your heart. There is no virus or disease or agenda that can break or penetrate this space you're in right now. There is no harm that can come to you. There is only love, here, now, in each moment. Take a deep breath in and out. Feel yourself coming back to this day and time. Feel all of the feelings in your heart that you can continue to create this feeling. Feel safe in this golden light, bathing all of us. You're returning to your everyday awareness, holding this visualization in each now moment. Breathe it in. We'll now thank our guides for being with us, now and always in all ways. And so it is.
Wow, that was so beautiful.
Oh.
And it reminded me of the surrogate session that we had, when I saw the women holding hands and standing in circle.
Yeah.
And I just went right there.
Oh, lovely place to be.
Yeah. So this is how gentle your voice is. I was like, okay, let's stay there.
Thank you.
Let's stay there.
But I think it is important that we really do visualize what we really want to come from this time and what world we actually want to live in and build.
Yeah.
Because that really is the power that we have. We are that powerful. We've just been living in a reality which tries to tell us that we're not.
And even if you can't visualize, it's, you know, for those who think they can't visualize, or they can just listen to this, you know, they can have their eyes open, they can just sit on the sofa, or, you know, maybe walk outside and listen to this. It's better to sit down, but you know, if you can't like sit for 10 minutes, then just walk around and listen to this. And I think that I have this strong belief that the message will reach those who are like opening up and you know, accepting something new, or it's like the perfect match.
Yeah.
Only not like from this man and woman point of view. client and practitioner.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's such an important thing to have a really good connection with your practitioner.
Yeah. So Nina, let us know, everyone, where people can find you. And
I'll add the link below. And but www.rafaelasoulsessions.com is usually my main website. But I'm also on Facebook at Rafaela Soul Sessions, and Instagram are sort of my main ports of call. And of course, here on YouTube, I have a YouTube channel as well. So
subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe to us both. So that's where you can find me. I'm running a discount at just now through this quarantine time to help everybody who's pinching their pockets a little bit, just helping people to feel confident and comfortable with, you know, actually committing to do this work. So yeah, that's where you can find me.
Yay. Yeah, I will put one link below because recently we found out about Linktree, right?
Yeah, I have Linktree.
So we will put the Linktree link. So there are all the links that you need to know where to find us. Yeah. A link to a meditation, link to our stories, links to our channels, websites, because you know, some people have struggles to pronouncing my surname.
Yeah, well, I did and still do sometimes, but I try.
But it's so lovely when you say my surname. It's so lovely. So that's where you can find me, and you can have a BQH session with me either in Slovene, English, or German. You can get some discount on German because even though I'm good at German language, but I don't speak that often now, and I want to practice. That's why I can give you discount for German session. So go and visit my website, and you can get to know me better there. What I wanted to share, all the links mentioned in this video we will share down below. And what I wanted to say is I'm really, really thankful for this friendship with Nina. So thankful. And I want to encourage all the people who might feel lonely, or who maybe not have the friends of the same vibration, let's say so, or maybe feel that they can't share certain things with their friends because maybe they are not that open, they can't speak openly about it. go and join certain groups or forums. And that's how we met with Nina. And I just want to encourage everyone, especially in these times when maybe you might experience certain things. You can reach out to us, of course, but we work, so we charge for that, so that you can get more information, because this is what we do professionally. But there's always nice to have your own tribe, or the people with whom you can share and talk. And that's why I'm so thankful for this friendship with Nina. And we are far away, far apart, but
we live so far apart, but we're so close.
yeah. And so I have your address. What what I was dreaming about. So one day.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We're going to make it happen. We're going to be in the same room. That is going to happen.
Yeah. So, and before we say goodbye, I just want to encourage, this is a call. How do you say that? It's not calling. It's I hope you don't mind, but my dear friend Diana, she has this coloring book. And this was actually the first one, and I played with coloring too. So this is made for all the parents and their children for this quarantine time, and I will also put a link below this video, and you can do, Nina, if you want. I sent you the link already, and there are 70 or 18 available PDFs on Jana's Facebook, on Jana's website, which can be downloaded, and you can print them out, and your children can color them, and they are beautiful designs. And I just felt like we should give the people as much as we can in this life. So
absolutely.
For the adults and for the smaller ones.
That's lovely. Yeah. And we should support each other and support each other's work as well. And I think that's the thing. Yeah. We're coming into a space where it isn't about competition. It is about collaboration, and everybody else's win.
From the heart.
Whenever Suzana gets a client, that feels like a win for me as well, and it's vice versa. It's just how things in this community are, and in the community that we run in. That's kind of how we run. There is no competition, and we're all serving everyone else. That's what we do, and just this work in itself is so powerful and helps us get into that vibration. Oh, there's so many amazing levels of
this is how this new earth looks like, right?
Come find us.
Okay, so I want to thank everyone for, not everyone, but the one who was watching, and everyone who will watch later. And so thankful for everyone. Even for those who watch in 5 years and 10 years, and when I'm retired. Well, I won't retire probably, but so thank you for joining us today in this first YouTube live, and the next one will be on Nina's page, because we like to throwing a ball from one to another. So, have a lovely day, everyone, and Nina, we will speak after we end this live, and have a nice and lovely day, and stay safe and stay at home, and just take care, and we are here for you if you need us.
Stay in that vibration of what you want. Stay in that vibration of calm.
Bye.